Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back, y'all. My name is Danielle, and this is my spiritual journey. Okay, so it is time for part two of our numerology. So we've already done numbers 1 through 5. Now we're going to do numbers 6 through 9. And I'm gonna still try to see about making it ways that's kind of easier to remember, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so six. Six, when I think of six, imagine like the old school six, like what is it? Like almost like the analog clocks. Um, sorry. No. Yeah. If you've seen the analog clock, the number six that's on there, or think of like an old-timey digital clock with the six on there. So imagine that it's a lady that's standing, and I know the bump is at the bottom, but scoot it up a little bit and imagine that she's pregnant, right? And so when you think of a pregnant woman, you're going to think of how they are like family, they're nurturing, they're dependable. This is not all inclusive, y'all. When I'm talking about the women, pregnant women and things like that, it's not all inclusive, but it just gives you that idea. Love, home, things like that. So that's going to be like the number six for me is again, I have this image of like a pregnant woman, and the pregnant woman, this is not to be stereotypical or anything like that, y'all. Just work with me. So so when you are pregnant, if you don't know about it, but there's a certain time where you focus on getting your home in order. You want to make sure that your home is in order, everything is prepped before the baby comes home and all the things. And so you're getting the house in order. It is responsibility, it's love. Everything that you are doing is in love. So that's six for me, right? I always just go to like this image of a mother who has yet to give birth. So that's me for six. Seven is going to be, I don't really have a way to explain it, but seven is going to be like your spirituality, right? Enlightenment, wisdom, um, inner wisdom. Like, is there an outer wisdom, inner wisdom, and things like that? That's going to be seven. It's almost like the way a seven stands, but I think it may depend on how you write your seven. But it's almost like I can stand above or I can stand firm. Like I got one leg, right? Like a seven is just one leg. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have one for you for a seven. Eight, you can do eight is 4 and 4. And remember, four was about stability, foundation, things like that. So take your stability, your foundation, and like double it, and you would have like your material wealth, right? You'll have success, you'll have power, authority, things like that. Like if you take the four again, which is the foundation, the stability, things like that, and do 4 plus 4 is 8, then that's the doubling of it, right? So again, four, your foundation, you have your foundation. Now that you have your foundation, let's go ahead and make this material wealth. Let's make this power. Let's make this authority. I hope that makes sense because that's what you get with the eight for me. And then nine, we're going to finish off nine with humanitarianism, universal love. Y'all, I'm looking around. Completion, endings, things like that. And nine, if you take the, I don't know. I don't know, yeah. I don't have one for you for nine. Um, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Completion, endings, universal love. You can, yeah, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that for the nine. I don't have one for you that'll make it easy. Um, yeah, yeah, because I don't want you to be like, how does she remember that? Yeah, just different things. I pull in a couple of like a zodiac sign to help with that, but that's not, it's gonna throw you off. So I'm not gonna say it. Okay, I'm not gonna say it, guys. Okay, so let's go back to we started with number six. Six is the pregnant lady. the pregnant lady's getting her family in order, her house in order, her love. She's pouring love into everything because she's preparing for her family to like grow and expand. She's dependable, like all the things, right? She's dependable because she's gonna be getting up and breastfeeding and all the things and that kind of thing. That's again, that's my take on it. Y'all probably looking at me like, what the hell? But that's how I remember the qualities of a six, seven, again, because the way that I write my sevens, they are kind of like standing tall. And so it's like spiritual, wisdom, enlightenment, but again, it's all the spiritual things for me, right? And that's the seven for me. Eight again is going to be your four plus four, and again, our four is foundation, stability. So imagine if you double that, then it's going to be your material wealth, it's going to be success, it's going to be like all those things, authority, power, because you've gone from, remember in the last video I said the lower numbers were kind of like more about you and your personal growth, and then once we get beyond our personal growth, then we can start seeing it in other areas where we have our wisdom, we have our spirituality, we have our uh, material wealth, we have our power. We have all these things because we know who we are. So that's why I was saying in the last video that the lower numbers are not um, weaker in any form at all. They're not weaker. They are necessary so that you can get to the higher numbers. And again, when we are doing anything when it comes to spirituality, remember that things do not have to be linear, right? So you don't have to have steps one through four, for example, to just be to go to something like an eight, right? So you can know who you are and stand firm on that while you are doing your number one stuff. And as a result, you can go from a one to an eight, right? And again, this is something that's, I know it sounds really weird and it's just jumping around, but again, at the end of the day, remember the lower numbers are important. They are not better, they are not lesser than. Also, when it comes to spirituality and your spiritual growth and your journey, it is not linear, right? Do not think that you have to um, learn all these basics. And then once you get all these basics, then you can do this. A lot of the times for me, a lot of my spiritual abilities that I have and that I'm very strong in, I've had them since I was in the church. It's just something that was not discussed in the church. It was not anything that you necessarily brought up. Also, completely different topic, but yeah, it's just that don't think that things are linear, right? And I'm going all the way off topic. Okay, so number nine is going to be completion, right? It's going to be endings. It's going to be universal love. And I guess I can say this, it may not make sense to you still, but if you take the nine, take the stem off of it and just have the circle, it can say, not the wedding ring type thing. Don't look at it that way. Look at it as a something is started here and then here is where it ends, right? Because it's going to end here and begin here. So you can have it as a ending, right? You can have it as completion because it is a complete circle now. You can have those things. And then the universal love is still in there somewhere. But again, that's still kind of stretching it. But if you need something to help you remember, then that can also help you remember. So yeah, that's that, guys. Um, that was a little bit more painful. My apologies, guys. But anyway, it's out of the way. We are definitely going to use these numbers later on. If you know how to look up your name and see what your name means, some people have where they have like their life path numbers, the month, like again for January. Well, January is going to be a one. So one would be what we learned. It would be like new beginnings, leadership, pioneering, just going out there and being, you got to be your independence. It's all those things, which is what January 1 is. When you get to something like we start getting to let's say December is 12, right? Because we are looking at numerology, you would break the double digits down until it's one digit. So 12, which is 1, 2. You just put a plus sign in the middle, so it's 1 plus 2 is 3. So then that gives you 3, which is our communication. It's our social, collaboration, networking, things like that. And that's what a lot of things do happen in the month of December. It's the definite like November kicks off the holiday season. December is full swing holiday season and all the things. And people are getting creative. You can see it in how on houses. People are more joyful, sociable, more giving, more kind, more loving, like all the things. And so just look at some of the numbers and see how they may correlate. Your address is the same thing. If you're at address 1234, you would just take and add those all together till you get to one digit. Let's say that you add all of them together and you come up with a number 22. You can still take the 22, and the 22 is going to be 2 plus 2 is 4, right? If you get something and you add all the numbers up and it's 36, 6 and 3 is 9, right? And so that's the same way that you're going to do. And again, that's with your year. So if you're born in 1960, if you're born in 1950, if you're born in 2000, you can take those and just add them all up. Well, I mean, 2000, you don't have anything to add up, my bad. You're just a two. Two is going to be balance. Do you have where you're being called to balance, duality, partnership, like all those things. And you can look at it as maybe if I'm having this thing, well, let's say that you're a two, um, your year is a two, and let's say that you're just like, oh my goodness, like I need to figure life out, and maybe it is an area where you need to stop trying to figure it out on your own and go through and find a partnership, and your partnership doesn't always have to be another person, right? It can just be where you are relying not just on your own physical self, right? I'm gonna leave it at that because we have a lot of different ways that we can take and interpret that. So again, that was numerology 1 through 9. We did in this video 6 through 9. I tried to make it a little bit easy. I probably just really confused y'all, but that's what it is. You have it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, y'all put it in the comment section. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you have anything, a topic that you are wanting me to discuss, to chat about, to elaborate on, then put that in the comment section as well. And I will chat with y'all later. You have a great one. Happy Wednesday. Okay, bye, y'all.